Donnie and Dhali. The team is supported by ableauctions.ca. Closing your business? We can help.
Bring in Cheech now, John Garrett, to talk about this game. 3-2, the Oilers in the dying moments defeating the Vancouver Canucks to tie this series at 2. John Garrett, how are you, sir?
I'm good. I'd like to see that again. If Ryan can run that again,
okay.
Watch his edges when he makes that poke check. And the Johnny Bauer, when you'd be diving and you'd be out of control, but watch Silovs here. Out, and look at that skate. He's there, he's planted, and if there's somebody following, he's heading back. Look at that right skate. Stop, look, over the shoulder. What great balance he has. He's so athletic, he's so strong. How about those ones where he stretched out throws the puck under his pads? Look at this stop. That's amazing to me. He is just, you watch him play and he's got so many positives. And the last one, I'm watching it and I'm thinking, okay, you just scored a goal. You just tied it up. Let's go to overtime and we'll take our chances. And Rona gets flattened.
By Kane.
Zadorov doesn't clear it. He's got time really to clear it. And then Lindholm, who was great again. If you're going to block the shot, block the shot. And, the Oilers the same way. They didn't block the shot on Brock shooting. And I was really surprised Derek Ryan was taking that faceoff. And give Elias Pettersson credit. He won that faceoff that led to the goal. But I was wondering why Derek Ryan was taking that one, a key faceoff. He takes draws, but you would think Draisaitl, McDavid, somebody, even though it's your wrong side, get over there.
That's what I was thinking. The right-hander was taking that draw there.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I would have went with one of the big guys. That's just me.
You're getting paid. You're getting paid for that. I don't care. You're getting paid. And if you're on the wrong side, who cares? You overthink it. They're overthinking it again.
Yeah, they did win the hockey game, though. Back to Silovs, John, you mentioned he made several saves with his legs, with his leg pads. I mean, just how good is he in the butterfly position, making those saves with his legs? We saw several examples of that in this game.
Well, doesn't he remind you a little bit of Roberto? That way with with long legs and able to keep so tight to the ice. And you see goalies in the other series where, Stuart Skinner, the puck slides underneath because he doesn't have the ice sealed. And you watch Arturs play, and he's so strong, sealing the bottom of the ice. And a couple of the wraparounds in this one. He was unlucky on the first goal, too. He got a good piece of it. And one of those one-timers from Draisaitl, off his glove, off his neck, and still goes in. But he was there. And again, that's that push that he's got, the great mobility side to side. He's got such strong leg, big guy with the great mobility, and look at him push off and get over there. And the 3 Canucks go for McDavid, and you see Dakota Joshua there. He's going over there, and they missed Carson Soucy, and I think that's one of the things. The Nugent Hopkins goal, and it was many people pointed out that Noah Jolson stepped up for the hit, and it created the odd man rush, and you can see Jolson there. He steps out a good hit, but that's a perfect shot. And we talked about the goalie in the post last game. That one post and in, and that's just a great shot by Nugent Hopkins. He left-hand shot. Look at the angle he's got. He's almost in the middle of the ice. He's almost at the hash marks when he lets it go. So as the goaltender, you can't really be aggressive on him. And I thought Silovs tonight, right at the start of the game, Darnell Nurse had a chance where Silovs just charged out at. And he reads the play so well, and he saw that the Nurse was going to shoot it, so he aggressively got out there and was able to make the save and get things started on the right foot for the Canucks. And again, the power play. You got that 4-minute power play.
Yep.
And you couldn't respond, and that's one of the things. The Oilers get the power play, bang bang, and it's in, and it's 1-0. And then the Canucks had 3 straight, and including that 4-minute one, and just couldn't put it in.
Yeah, John, at the other end of the ice, as we refer back to your your talk about Arturs Silovs, other end of the ice, the story going into this game was Calvin Pickard. Just 21 shots for the Canucks against the 32-year-old journeyman. What'd you see from him? And do you think the Canucks tested him enough, or was that more about what the Oilers were doing defensively?
Well, I thought the Oilers played very well defensively, but to me, the second period, when the Canucks really pressed to get back into the game, and you don't have to be great, just be good. Don't let any bad ones. And he made some saves just because he was good. He was in the right position. Puck's bouncing around, goes through legs, and he's able to cover it up just because he doesn't get himself out of position. He's been around a long time. Yep. People say, okay, the pressure of the playoffs and all this kind of stuff. But he's played, what? He's 32 years old. He's played 11 years pro and 6 years in a row. Sixth NHL team, and he's been up and down. And I thought he had a chance when he was with the Islanders to be the number one guy, and he just never was able to do that. And I don't know whether he has the attitude to be the number one guy over the course of a long season. But you're into the playoffs, and you just go game by game by game. And to me, a guy that's his age, and it's like Casey DeSmith. How many playoff games did Casey play before he played those games against Nashville? One. Yeah. And he came in and was great and calm, just because you've been around and you've seen it, and you know it's not the end of the world if you have a bad game, but you get your chance and you try and make the most of it.
Yeah, love the shots of his parents, too. Just before we get to a question from Rick here, John, our title sponsor, Able Auctions. If you own or manage a business anywhere in BC and thinking of closing, let the experts at Able Auctions help to get your business assets sold. Email sales@ableauctions.ca, sales@ableauctions.ca.
John, I wish you could see our Delaney's OK Tire and Langley inbox. A lot of heat on Pettersson.
Yes.
A lot of heat on Pettersson. People are wondering, where's the difference maker, okay? Where is the guy making the difference offensively? We are now at 1 goal, 3 assists, 4 points in 10 games for him. Numbers that I don't think anybody expected, John.
No, and especially I understand a little bit, because he really has been kind of demoted to being a third-line center.
Yep.
But you look at his minutes and how many minutes he plays on the power play, and that's where he should say, okay, here's my chance. I can. And you look at Mikheyev, how many chances he had in this game. And if you're playing with guys that don't have a whole lot of finish, people at the end of the night say, well, oh, yeah, you never had any points, you didn't do anything. And your line mates, to me, he's frustrated playing with the guys he's playing with.
Yep.
Just be even, and you don't have to. It's hard to create a whole lot of chances when you're playing with those guys. And but on the power play, and the 4-minute power play, I thought, okay. And he had a couple of chances. He had that wrist shot that Pickard made a good blocker save on at the end. He tried to go high short side, but to me, that's where he has to be really effective. And his only goal of the playoffs, that was on the power play. He's just, when you get those chances, and the Canucks had 3 power plays in the first period and didn't score. And that really, then you got to scramble and you got to chase. And you look at Quinn Hughes, and after 2 periods, he was 14 something. And then he had to play 10 minutes in the third period. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. And the Canucks were able to come back and tie it. But it's hard when you're chasing the game.
John, we're short for time tonight. Well, we'll let you go, and we'll talk to you in a couple of nights. Yes, it would have been nice to talk to you after overtime. Oh, yeah. Yes. No, we're not talking to you after overtime. Well, the way you could charge extra that way. The way this series is going. I mean, there's going to be a 1-goal game. Maybe it does go into overtime. Well, and you watch the Oilers like on Brock's goal. Was it Brock's goal? Anyway. No, Connor Garland's goal. Right. And the Canucks were guilty of exactly the same thing. Now watch the Oilers. Stand around, stand around, stand around. You've got the lead, stand around. Look at this. All 5 of them, just stand around. Yeah. Stand around. You're trying to protect the lead. And the Canucks were guilty of that. And now the Oilers were guilty of that, where you just, you want to keep pressing, and all of a sudden the Canucks in the third period took over, and the Oilers just standing around. I said goodbye to you like a minute ago. You're rusty when it comes to the TV game, John.
Yeah.
I'm going to get in trouble.
I don't have an IFB, guys. I'm like Gary Volk. I'm in my own little Gary Volk world here. I don't have an IFB, so you're trying to get rid of me. Okay.
You were fabulous. Thanks, Cheech. We'll talk to you on Thursday. Appreciate it.